Well, hello. We end up here in Elmhurst, Illinois, and we have met an Iroquois Mohawk elder named Chuck. Chuck, I had a few questions for you. Do you mind?
No, go right ahead.
Well, Chuck, give us your full name, please.
Charles Edward Zezalek Jr.
And we're working on his Indian name. It won't be quite that hard to pronounce, I hope. But the few questions I had for you are, where do you call home?
Lombard, Illinois.
And that's right near...
That's about 5 or 6 miles west of here.
West of there, okay. And in your lifetime, Chuck, what has been your favorite accomplishment?
Graduating from university.
As?
An accountant. I've graduated from DePaul University with a degree in accounting.
Sweet. And what has been the greatest moment of your life?
I think probably when my second daughter, Sophia, was born. She was a preemie. She only weighed like a pound or two. And I held her in my one hand with my palm, and with her legs draped over. And she survived. She lived. And she was such a fighter. When she was, I watched her, they had her under the light in a tray. And she just clenched her fists and went, I could see she was a fighter. I knew she was going to live. So that was probably, and she did. She lived, and she's a very healthy girl today. And so that's, no, hands down, without a doubt, that was the best moment of my life.
Now, this next question is optional, but what has been the worst moment of your life?
That would have to be when my grandmother died. When my grandmother died, that was the worst moment of my life.
Okay, and how do you feel about being Native?
I feel proud, especially to be a Mohawk, because I always considered Mohawks to be fierce fighters, and I'm extremely proud. I couldn't be happier to find out that I'm a Mohawk. If I could choose any Indian, it would be Mohawk, because I always regarded them as a great people.
Now, thank you. They're some of my favorite, too. But this is unfair, Chuck, and it's also optional, but I would consider you a newfound Mohawk. You have discovered recently your heritage and are proud of it, which tickles the heck out of me. Can you elaborate on that at all?
I always knew that I was an Indian. There was no question in my mind I was an Indian. It was just what tribe did I belong to, because I didn't feel... Being Indian is a state of mind, in my opinion. You know you're an Indian, okay? You don't... But the only question is, what tribe do I belong to? When I saw pictures of my mom when she was younger, no doubt about it, she was an Indian. There was no question in my mind. I saw she was adopted. I saw her adopted family. They were Caucasians, and they didn't have a drop of Indian blood in them from what I could see, so I knew that she didn't belong there. And I knew my mom was adopted before she even knew that she was adopted, because there was no way that was her real family. I just knew I was an Indian.
Now, you being graduated from college and spent all this time on Mother Earth, another unfair question, do you have any advice for the rest of us creatures here on Mother Earth?
If you have a dream, try to stick to it as best you can and do it, because too many people don't stick to it and they don't make it. And my dream was always to be college educated, and everything afterwards was just secondary. That was my dream, to be college educated.
Oh, great. Chuck, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.